I'm not looking for excuses, Elmo. I'm looking for hits. What song are you plugging now?
Oh, you know just as well as I do. The greatest ballad ever written. Sweet Henrietta Murphy.
Henrietta Murphy? I had to listen to you and take Henrietta Murphy and lose that other song. I'll never forget what you did to me.
Are you still harping on that? All right, so I guessed wrong, but the facts were on my side. Didn't I take you up to Mount Wilson and let you look through a telescope and prove to you that there's no such thing as stardust?
Yeah, you did. You talked me out of stardust. You talked me out of stormy weather. You talked me out of Easter parade. You talked me out of Davy Crockett.
I know I did. I did. But remember, you're forgetting. What about this?
They heard the breeze from the trees singing weird melodies, and they made that the start of the blues. And from a jail came the wail of a downhearted frail, and they played that as part of the blues. From a whippoorwill out on a hill, they took a new note, pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note, pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and they gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. That the Southland gave birth to the blues.
Well, tell me, what about that?
You talked me out of that one, too.
Yes, I did. But at least you'll admit I'm consistent.
You're more than that. You're fired. You're washed up. Through. Get out.
Listen, stop hinting. What is our situation?
You're fired. You and your sweet Henrietta Murphy. What do you want me to do? Throw you out?
Say, I actually believe you mean it. Mr. Bilge, would you throw me out, me with a wife, and all my dependents?
Dependents? What dependents have you got?
The Flamingo, the Desert Inn, the Sahara, the Riviera, the Thunderbird.
Those are gambling casinos in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but who do you think has been supporting them? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have put them down on my income tax, huh?
Out. Out.
All right, listen. Stop beating about the bush. You say you want a song hit, I'll get you the biggest song hit you've had in 20 years. I'll get you a song that'll be #1 on the hit parade, or you don't have to give me my 2-week severance pay.
You'll find me a song hit.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to find me a hit?
Why, Mr. Bilge, I run into songwriters every day. They give me titles that are sensational. Look at this. Here's one. I'm glad I made you cry. Your face looks cleaner now. Maybe you'd like a hillbilly song. Get off that hot stove, Grandpa. You're too old to ride the range.
You must be out of your mind. No recording firm would buy that kind of a song.
Who knows what the public wants? Say, maybe a thing like this. They sat on the porch at midnight. He gently stole a kiss. He said, I've sipped from many a cup, but never from a mug like this.
Well, you've got 48 hours to find me a hit. Now get out of here.
Okay, I'll go. Say, wait a minute. I might have it right here. I forgot about this title. I turned on my electric blanket too high, and now I'm the toast of the town.
Get out of here.
All right. If anybody wants me, honey, I'll be in the park thinking.
Elmo,
Yeah?
I heard the whole conversation. Now, how do you expect to find a hit song in the park?
Well, I'll get myself a nightingale, team him up with a parrot, make him join the union. First thing you know, I'll have a hit song.
I'm a songwriter. I wrote a song. If somebody doesn't publish my song, I am going to jump off that bridge. Well, it's been nice chatting with you.
Where can I find a song? Where can I find a song? Hey, you! Stop! No, hey, stop! Wait a minute, young lady. Come down from there. Come down. Come here. Sit down. What's the matter with you? What is the matter with you? Don't you know that you have everything to live for?
No, I haven't. Nobody wants to look at my song.
Of course they want to look at your song. Everybody wants to look at your song. Your song?
I couldn't even get in to see a publisher.
Why, this is fate. Do you know who I am? I'm Elmo Dilling, the world's greatest song plugger. Just a few moments ago, I was sitting on that bench saying to myself, where can I find a song? Where can I find a song? And there you are. Oh, my dear. What is your name?
Hoagie Berlin.
Hoagie Berlin? Oh, boy, you weren't taking any chances, were you? What's wrong with Gershwin?
Oh, that's my middle name. Hoagie Gershwin Berlin.
Words and music by Hoagie Gershwin Berlin, and by some strange fortune, placed into the hands of Elmo Dilling.
You really think my song can be a hit?
A hit? Oh, my dear. Will this song be a hit? If this song isn't a hit, your name isn't Hoagie Berlin.
To be truthful, it isn't. It's just a pen name. My real name is Rogers Hammerstein.
Honey, I found it.
Well, you certainly have, but what is it?
Yep, excuse me. This is my wife. Darling, you don't understand. This is the greatest songwriter in the world. Her name is oh, you'd never believe it.
You're right. I'm looking at it, and I still don't believe it.
Hello, boss. Boss, this is Elmo. I found me the greatest piece of songwriting talent since Francis Scott got the key.
Oh, are you a songwriter?
I hate to trouble you, but it's time for my hominy grit.
Hominy grits?
I tell you, boss, it was fate. Fate. F-A-T. And this song is going to be the greatest hit of the 20th century. Or I tell you what I'll do. I'll stake my reputation. Or you want something a little bit better? I'll stake my job on it. I've already staked my job on it. Look, boss, I'm not worried. This is going to be the biggest thing in the jukeboxes. It'll be #1 in the hit parade. I'll make up for Stardust and Davy Crockett. Oh, every time you mention Davy Crockett, I don't know.
Well, what is it, a ballad or a jump tune?
What's what? What?
The song.
How should I know?
Elmo, you mean you've committed yourself to your boss on something you haven't even heard?
Who is to question it? I was sitting there in the park, and it was written in the stars. In the stars. I'll sing your song. Will you sit down and play your masterpiece, Hoagie?
Her name is Hoagie?
Well, you see, her name is, never mind. Will you play it, dear? Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. 'Cause I'm blue. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Just for two. Snip, snap, sniffle, sniffle, snip, snap, snap. Snuff, snuff, sniffle, snapple, puff, puff, puff. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. In a stew. 'Cause I'm getting so allergic over you.
How do you like my song?
Gesundheit means I love you.
You don't like Gesundheit means I love you?
Wait a minute! Didn't I tell my boss I'm going to make your song the biggest thing in the jukeboxes? I'm going to make it #1 on the hit parade?
Yes?
Then I'm the one to jump.
Elmo! Get down from there and stop fooling around. Do you want to hurt yourself?
Yes.
You don't like that song?
Yes, I do. Don't cry. You don't understand. It makes me sad. It brings back memories. It reminds me of the first automobile I had. A Model T Ford with a blown head gasket. It made a sound just like your song.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I've got an idea. I'm going to call up the boss and tell him the whole thing was a big mistake. He's not going to... Hello? Oh, boss. Yeah, I was just going to call you because... But yeah? Huh? Helen O'Connell. Now, boss, yeah. Yes, boss. My boss wants me to go and meet Helen O'Connell. She's at the recording studio, and he wants me to show her this song. I can't do it.
Oh, yes, you can. Helen's sweet and understanding. Well, nothing upsets her.
Well, that's why I don't want to do it. You see, if anything, this song is nothing. And Gesundheit means I love you. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Yes, I love you.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
That was a real fine tape, Helen.
Well, thank you, Ray. Should we take a break?
Sure.
Okay.
Take 5, boys.
I should be ready for it. Looks like it's going to be a long day.
I want something with diamond.
That's right. I thought you gave...
Hello, Ray Anthony.
Hello, Elmo.
Say, I understand you're doing a recording session today with Helen O'Connell.
That's right. We just broke for a break.
Oh, good. Do you mind if I wait around for a few minutes?
Fine.
Thank you. Excuse me, what are you doing?
Just going through the score and listening to the orchestra.
You are listening to the orchestra?
When a conductor reads music, he can hear the whole orchestra playing in his head.
In his head, you hear the music?
Yeah.
You know, for a minute, I didn't think it was possible.
Why, what's the matter?
Ray, this business about hearing music in your head, would you mind doing me a favor?
Well, what is it?
A friend of mine gave me this song. He'd like to have an opinion. I wonder if you'd mind playing it over and telling me how it sounds in your head, huh?
Sure, be glad to. Oh, no.
What's the matter? Did I break up your orchestra?
I'm a little sick.
How do you like that? Now he's going out to have his head retuned. Gosh. I can't show this to Helen O'Connell. She's a nice girl. She never hurt me. Why should I... wait a minute. I can record this on tape. Then I don't have to face her. Am I clever? I'm working too cheap. Imagine they have engineers for this. My wife's brother's been out of work 13 years. Well, all right. Well, there it is, all recorded. Oh, I can't do this to Helen O'Connell. She's so nice. Oh, no.
Elmo! Elmo doing? Ray Anthony said you wanted to see me.
Why, I didn't think you'd remember me.
Oh, Elmo, now who could forget the man who tried to make the world safe for sweet Henrietta Murphy?
You know, Helen, I did want to see you about a half an hour ago, but I changed my mind.
Oh, wait, don't be shy. What is it?
That's what I've been trying to find out myself.
Well, don't you have a song for me? Mr. Bilge told me to expect you.
Well, yes, well, to tell you the truth, I'd like to kill myself. So, look, I've got it all recorded here. It's right on here.
Wonderful, I'll play it right away.
Oh, no. Look, before you play the song, I'd like to tell you how the whole thing started. You see, I was walking in the park, and then a woman...
Oh, Helen, you gotta tell Elmo what happened to you in the park last week.
Oh, no, Ray, that wasn't funny.
Sure it was. Tell him.
Well, you see, I was walking in the park when a strange woman suddenly climbed up on the bridge and was going to jump.
And what do you think she turned out to be? A songwriter.
What a song. Ooh. Terrible. Oh, don't cry, Elmo. She didn't jump.
That's why I'm crying. So I got away before she could play the tape. But she told me she'd call me up later and tell me what she thinks about the song.
What's your problem?
I imagine it's too late to disconnect the phone. Oh, what I went through. I tell you, if I had my life to live over again, I wouldn't be born. I'm so knocked out.
Oh, honey, why don't you take a nap?
Take a nap? I can't sleep. I'm too nervous. You know how I twist and turn and twist and turn and... Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Gotta plug a song. Gotta plug a song.
Elmo, wake up.
No.
Yes. Mr. Bilge wants to talk to you.
Mr. Bilge, then you put the receiver back on the hook.
No, she didn't.
Oh, boss, you don't know what's been happening. People have been calling like mad.
About the song?
I don't know. You see, the receiver's been off the hook.
Elmo, did you give Helen O'Connell the song?
Well, of course I did.
But when you played it for her, did she seem to go for it?
Go for it. Man, she was gone.
What do you mean, gone?
I mean real gone. She wasn't even there. So I left her a tape recording of the song.
Well, haven't you heard from her?
Oh, you don't hear from a big star like that. After all, they got recordings, they got interviews, they got personal appearance. You won't hear from her for weeks and weeks and weeks. Come in.
Elmo, I've been trying to get you on the phone and your line's been busy. I want to tell you about the song.
That's no attitude to take. Some songs fit certain singers, other songs don't fit certain singers. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's no good.
But I like it. I think it's great.
That's exactly what I mean. People make snap judgment. They have no... You like the song?
I think it's great.
Honey, there's a double window in the next room. Let's both jump. Goodbye, all.
Stop stalling, Elmo. You're just trying to hold me up for more money. Now sit down at the piano and play it.
But, boss, I couldn't do it justice.
Sit down and play it.
But, boss, the way I play, nothing sounds good. Oh, my finger. Look at my finger. Oh.
Play it with your right hand.
I can't. It's a left-handed song.
Listen, Ray Anthony is so crazy about this, he made a record of it this afternoon. He changed the tempo just a little bit, slowed it down just slightly, but it's wonderful.
Well, fine. Let's listen to it.
Boss, you can't play it. You see, this thing won't work. It's broken, but don't worry about it because I can fix the thing. I know all about the mechanics.
Nothing wrong with this phonograph, just disconnected, that's all.
Well, what do you know? Just disconnected. You see, we happen to have a part-time maid, you see, and every time she uses the vacuum, she always fools around with this thing. Oh, the record fell down. It probably broke in a million pieces. I'll tell you what you do, boss. You come back in about 2 weeks. My hand will be all right, and I'll play the whole
I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You've got this song with all the other publishers in town, and you're holding out for the best offer.
Honestly, please believe me, boss. If anybody should knock at the door right now, come in.
It's the woman from the car. I was downstairs watching your window, hoping you'd call, and I saw this record fall out.
And it didn't break?
No, it's unbreakable.
Oh, that's ridiculous. But
Give me that. I'm going to hear this song if it's the last thing I do.
And it may very well be. You know, at your age, I wouldn't be taking any chances. Believe me. Wait a minute. That's the wrong song.
That's the song you left on the tape.
Is this your song?
Yes, that's it. That's the way it sounds when you play it backwards.
Backwards? Yes, backwards, and they slow down tempo. Well, if this isn't a crazy business, what you've got to do to get a hit, you've got to have a song turn on you.
Krishna, it's better the other way.
You would.
My boy, this is wonderful. Sensational. With a set of lyrics that'll top any song we ever had.
Now, who can we get to write the lyrics?
I know.
Who?
Me.
You? Well, that's the dappiest thing I ever heard in my whole life.
Wait a minute. Be quiet. If she wrote the music, she can write the lyrics. Look. She's thinking.
I've got it.
Yes, go ahead.
Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle,
Operator,
snuffle. 'Cause I'm
get me the police.
Achoo.
I want a man with a straitjacket.
Achoo.
It's about a song.
Snuffle.
Gesundheit means I love you.
Just for two.
Oh, he'll know it. He'll know it when he sees it. Helen, you're very cute. Is there something you'd like to say to the audience before you leave?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, there is, Eddie.
Go ahead.
Achoo, snuffle, snuffle. Achoo, snuffle, snuffle.
Nice girl. By the way, the eccentric songwriter was played by Ann Davis and the music publisher by my old Ziegfeld Follies friend, Andy Toombs.